This is your rate. Okay. This is the amount that is accumulated after 5 years. This is A. This is not P. Eh? Correct or not? Okay, so when you put in your values, right, this is your T. So when you put in your values, you should put in under A, not P. The moment you put as P is wrong already. So this is 27065. Okay, this is 1.6. Okay, to avoid making mistakes, right, don't go and simplify this. Don't simplify this on your own. Some of you wrote 116%. That is wrong already. Actually, it's 101.6%. She was backstage. Where did she go? Okay, so once you find P, you can just copy the whole chunk over. Okay, and then you get P being if I'm not wrong, a whole number, right? What is it? Something 25,000, is it? Yeah, rounded off to the nearest dollars. So I don't need to see decimal. So you just need to give me 25000. Squiggly lines. If you want, you can, but because you already specify its nearest dollar, you can write equal. Yes. 1.6%, if you divide by 100, is 0.016. Did they say per month? Per month, you need to divide by 12, then this one times 12. Change to a monthly rate, then compound by number of months you have. 1.6 is per month. Then you just use the 1.6 directly, but the 5 years change to total number of months. Yeah. Okay? So this is the first one. So most of you in fact got this right. Those who got it wrong is because you mistakenly thought it's P. That's why your answer was off. So read the question carefully. The only thing that can cost you marks is if you misidentify your P and your A. Okay, part 2. They want you to show that the equation eventually looks like this. So first thing first, you find gradient. So gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so you get minus 8 divided by minus 6. So that's a 4 over 3. Okay, and then you will use the formula big Y minus small y, gradient, big X minus small x. So gradient is 1 mark here. Using the formula is 1 mark. So if you go and manipulate it, yes, any of these two, choose one. Okay. So once you are here, it's not exactly here yet. Some of you stop here. You need to manipulate until it is the equation there. So if you multiply 3 throughout, you will get this, and then you need to shift the 9 over to show that this is what you get shown. So there's 1 mark here in the showing part. So some of you just got this and then you stop there. But there's another group of you who went to manipulate this. That means you kept the y here, and then you divide by 3 throughout, and then you show me it's equivalent. Also okay, as long as you prove the equivalence for me. So this is manipulating the other one and then show that they are equal. So this one, the only mistake that you all will make is this one. Gradient formula, year in, year out, I will have students mixing up the formula. So remember, it's rise over run. So if you ever forget during exam, is it x on top or y on top? Remember your right angle triangle, rise is always talking about y's. So y has to be on top. And then run is at the bottom, okay, which is your difference in your x value. Okay, so whenever you are confused during exam, don't know which one over which one, then think about the right angle triangle, rise then run. So y then x. Okay. So that's question 2. Let's look at question 3. Oh no, question 2 part B, some of you left it blank. Okay, some of you here. Every 2? No, usually is lesser than a year. Yeah. Okay, you done? Rovan, you done? Can I? Tip blank. Okay, so it says C is a point on the line AB. So AB is the whole line. Okay, such that AB is 5 units. That means AB is the full line, 5 units. And then AC is 2 units. So that means this C is here. So they want you to find the length of BC, meaning they want you to find 3 units. So what you need to do is you need to find the length of AB first. So another common mistake you all make is the formula for length. So like what I told you all many times is Pythagoras theorem. So it's C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. So the middle formula is a plus. Okay, remember that? So you x2 minus x1. Okay, where are the coordinates? Wait. So A is 3, 1 and B is minus 3, minus 7. So the formula here is 3 minus 3, so become 3 plus 3. 1 minus negative 7, so become 1 plus 7. So remember these two is difference. Go and find the difference. And then the middle one is you add them up. So remember all this. During exam when you are stressed, all the formula gets mixed up. So don't lose marks because of the formula mistake. And then some of you never do the square. You forgot about the square. Okay? So if you go and calculate, you end up getting 10 units for AB. So if 5 units is 10, you want to find 3 units. So what you will do is 10 divided by 5, you times 3. So to find the length BC, you divide by 5 units times 3, you will get 6 units as your answer. 6 units. Okay, so length formula will definitely be tested. Gradient formula will definitely be tested. Make sure these two you can remember. Then compound interest, make sure if you are given the P or the A. And then interest rate, is it per annum, per year? No, per year, per quarter, per month. Yeah, make sure you do the calculation correctly. Yes. Okay, we are. Part B. Okay, one more time. Okay, so AB, they already tell you in the first line that C is a point on AB. So that's why I draw the line AB first. Okay, then C is a point on it. I just don't know exactly where, but they gave me the ratio. They say AB is the full 5 units, but AC only takes up 2 units of it. So my BC would naturally be the remaining 3 units. Correct. So 5 units is 10 units or 10 cm, right? But I want to find only 3 parts of it. So that's why I divide by 5 times 3. This one. Okay, so this one is the unconventional question that you don't see in your notes or assignment, but you need to know how to apply and adapt. Okay, next one is another line. PQ has this equation. They ask you why you can tell that PQ don't intersect AB. So some of you say, if I put these two together, 6y minus 8x equals to 15. Then you all make this 6y. Something like that. Then you all say 15 and minus 18 is not the same. So they don't intersect. Okay, but we cannot explain like that. When the y-intercept is different, it doesn't mean that they won't intersect. They can intersect somewhere else. So the highlight here is you need to tell me they have the same gradient, and you need to show to me in working that they have the same gradient. So you cannot explain like that. You need to make y the subject of formula. So just now, earlier on, we already did this. Okay, but let me repeat this one more time. Gradient for AB is 4/3. Okay, and then you manipulate this one. The gradient of PQ is also 4/3. So I need to see this working, proving that the gradient is the same before you can claim they are the same. So you will tell me that since gradient of AB is equal to gradient of PQ, therefore they are parallel and will not intersect. Okay, this is same as one of the year's question. I thought yesterday we went through this one. Intersect. Similar one, right? So they can't go very far away from it, or they will tell you to prove that they will intersect. So if you show that two equation has different gradient, they will eventually meet because they are not parallel. So I can also tweak the question to ask you to tell me that these two equation actually meet. So some of you will try to solve simultaneous and tell me got solution. Okay? And then some of you can tell me since the gradient are not the same, they are not parallel, they will eventually meet at a point. So you can also say that. Yes. Intersect and inter? Oh, matters. Okay, intersect means they cut. Okay, intercept, it could be X or Y intercept, where it cuts the X or Y axis. So it depends. When we use intercept, we are referring to where it cuts at a specific place. But intersection is where two lines meet. So we use intersect, okay, not intercept. Sep is for the X intercept and Y intercept. Okay, use it correctly. Okay, next one is standard form. They ask how many more phone call minutes there were in 2024 than in 2023. So most of you subtract these two. So 5.6799 minus 4.3409. What do you get? 1.339, but billion. It is in billion. So for standard form, there's three things you all need to remember: billion, million, trillion. Sorry, million, billion, trillion. So million is 6, billion is 9, trillion is 12. Okay, so if they mention this, they won't tell you it's times 10 to the power of what you are expected to know. So when you write this, it will be 1.339 times 10 to the power of 9. Okay, then of course there are other prefixes. Can you all still remember? The giant, mega, king, mix, microwave, nano, pizza, something like that. So tera, giga, mega, kilo, milli. No, actually I got mix. Mix, micro. That one, never mind. That one you all will remember, right? Kilo, then micro. No, milli. Ayo, milli, micro, nano, pico. Yeah, because those you all know, so I don't put it in. So we will start from the biggest one, 12, to 9, to 6, to 3. Then the mirror image, minus 3. Centi, deci, all that you know, so I don't put it in. Micro, nano, pico. Can you see mirror image? So this one, if they test you, they will write that times 10 to the power of what to tell you. So you don't really need to memorize, but you need that for physics anyway. So yeah, This one is for three standard form prefixes. Okay, next one is the second part, percentage increase. Percentage increase in the number of SMS messengers from 2023 to 2024. So that means I only want you to focus on these two. So if you see carefully, there is indeed an increase here, right? So first of all, you need to find the change. What is the increase? So in this case, the increase is 5.7798 minus 5.656. What is it? 1238. Okay, billion. So at this point, even if you don't know the billion is times 10 to the power of what, it doesn't matter. Because later it will cancel out. So percentage increase is always increase over original times 100%. So the increase is 0.1238. The original is where you started from, 2023. So it will be using 5.656. Can you see that the billion here and the billion here cancels out? So even if you don't know what it means, it's fine because it cancels out. And then times 100%. So I think you get something like that. 3SF. Okay? Okay, part C says that 2024 is a leap year. Okay, and when it's a leap year, there's an extra day. So you have 366 days. So they say, can you find the mean number of SMS per person per day? So in 2024, this is my number of SMSs that was sent. Okay, but it's in billions. So times 10 to the power of 9. And then I'm going to find per person per day. So per person, you need to divide by the number of population, which is 6.037 million. So times 10 to the power of 6. You also need to divide by 366 days. Okay, if you don't like it written this way, you can write it this way. Like what some of you did. You divide it 2 times, which is also correct. Okay, these two are same. Okay, then you go and press the calculator. Calculator give you 2.62 messages. Then some of you say, message cannot be 2.62, must round off. Okay, we always leave your answer to 3 significant figures if the answer is not exact. If not, in the question, they will say round off your number to the nearest whole number or the whole messages that you can send. They will tell you that if they need you to round that up. Okay? So this one, you keep it to 3SF. No need to change to 3. Yes. If you never, it shouldn't affect also. For this one, it shouldn't. Okay? Can So I think standard form, the only thing you need to be careful about is certain prefixes. If they ask you, you need to know. And then always change your number to a number between 1, okay, and strictly less than 10. Okay, the number should always be strictly less than 10. Okay, this is taken from this whole set of questions is taken from your end of year last year, paper 1 and paper 2 combined. That means I pick all the relevant questions out and put it here. So last year's set 3 set for this paper at end of year. What? That means the current set 4's lah. Yes. More difficult. I think comparable, but they have a bit more explanation question. Yeah. around, not very much more difficult. The explanation question is what they want to try to test you. Okay, next one. Okay, next one is the indices question. I emphasize so many times to you that the power is a power. Yesterday, I think I repeated myself like a broken record. I tell you all, never go and times the 8 to 4.4 third. This applies to the power. So when you put 8, it's 8 to the power of 4 third, not 4 third of 8. So this one you all need to remember, I have at least half of you making this mistake. And then this one also multiply by the power. So 6 times 4 over 3. So in the end, you should get 16 x 8. This thing can use calculator. Nobody stand there and see whether you use calculator or not. So use calculator and get the 16. I see some of you try so hard. You do this, then you 2/3. Then you do this. Then you multiply. If they say without the use of calculator, you strictly have to use this and give me and show me the working. But if not, this one you can straight away press calculator. Okay? So just be very careful. Don't lose marks for nothing. You don't want to lose your benefit for math. It's supposed to help you score better for O levels, not pull your leg. Is that how you say? Okay, never mind. Okay? So minimally, your double math, you must use one of them, right? For your L1, no, you are the 2028 batch, right? No, now it's 2026. 2027. Next year, you'll take, no. You are still R1, R5. Right? Does it affect y'all? Yeah. So y'all just need 5 subjects for JC. Yeah. Also, you're the batch. Okay, so that means you only need to use one of the math lah. Okay, but if both your math are very good, then you use both, you will have such a good result. So many choices. So please, my job here is to make sure you do as well as you can. So please, since you are a double math student, make sure you do well sufficiently. If let's say the other math is really like not working out, then actually you don't have to force yourself to take both, because you are the batch that don't need 6 subjects. Okay, unless you want to do JC H2 math, then they will need you to have A math background to understand better. But even so, just like if you are doing combined science, you can still take pure sciences in O levels, in A levels. Just that it's tougher for you. You need to work harder. So not that it's not possible. Next one is, okay, so let's strive super hard for your E. Not saying that you can't do better in A than E, just that people will find it weird. How come you do better for A than E? Sometimes it's like that. Okay, anyway, this one, when you square both the number A, 2 gets the square also, so it becomes 4. Some of you never square the 2. B0 is 1. And then you do a keep change flip. When you flip, don't change anything that was there. You flip it like how it was or how it is when it's there. So when you flip, it's still a B minus 2. Some of you flip, the B become B square. I don't know where the minus go. So when you keep change flip, don't change anything. Just flip them. Okay, then next thing is I want to change this minus to plus, right? So I will shift this down. I will bring this B square to the bottom. But everything else stays where they are. So your 16A, don't because of space get squeezed up. It stays there. So you need to remind yourself that. Okay, so this is what you have. And then you can start doing your cancellation. So final answer is A over 4B squared. Okay, they need your answer to have positive power. But the B is already up. From the start can. Okay, so if let's say you decided to do this first, that means you don't flip first, you bring this up first, right? So if you choose to bring this up first, then you do your keep change flip also can. You will get the same thing. Sorry? You can, but when you write it this way, it doesn't help you. What? Oh, you write like that, huh? Also can. Yeah, also can. So that means from here, you straight away write like that. Then you can start to cancel. Okay, cancelling is like your exercise in set 2, right? So you should be very good at it. Okay, B, whatever strings of number they gave you, it must be a number when you extract it, it can be expressed as a base of 5. So no matter how fancy it looks like, you know it's going to be a base 5. Because everything is 5 to the power of something. So here I have 3 of them. I have 3 of this 5, 8. And then I have 22 of this 5 to the power of 8. So what I can do is take out the 5 to the power of 8. I have 22 plus 3. So this 22 plus 3 is 25. Yes. I have 3 of them, isn't it? No, this one is with this. Okay, so you see them as 2 sections. So if you can change this to an apple, isn't life so much easier? Can you see you have 25 apple? Okay, that is just 5 square times the apple, which is 5 to the power of 8. So with that, you add up the power, so it's 510. Okay, it's the same thing. Because they say use of laws of indices, you cannot go and evaluate everything on the right hand side using the calculator and then tell me it's 5 to the power of what? You cannot do that. You need to use the laws of indices. Okay, so this is 5 square. So 510. So this is 510. Link to the same base number. Yeah. Just like the one we did yesterday, no matter how many times you add, in the end is 2 to the power of something. And then you just change everything together. Okay, this one is a standard O-level question. They just keep, I think yesterday we did the 2023 or something. Then we have a base number, I forgot what is it. Yeah. Shouldn't B be? Oh, 10, sorry. Okay. So I hope you start to see the pattern. O-level likes to ask it this way. And then in your past year paper, there's also questions like that. Okay, if in exam you really cannot see, change that thing to apple. As in pencil. Okay, then write in pen somewhere. It's something else. Okay, so this is B. Then let's look at the graph. I think some of you graph don't know, is it lucky guess or really understand? But many of you got this right very accurately. Okay, then I still go back first because some of you still at this. You must let 5 to the power of 8 as apple if you really want. But let it be A lah, huh? More professional, please. This one is just visual. You can let A be 5 to the power of 8. Then you can do a 22A plus A plus A plus A. There is 25A. Then this one you can change to 5 square. This one you put back the 5, 8. Then you do this. If it helps you to see better, you can let it be A. Okay, not draw the apple. Okay, this one. This one look at it, you know it's an X square graph. But if the A is positive, it will be on top. But because it's negative, it is at the bottom. So you need to choose any number A that is negative. Okay? So some of you wrote -1, -2, -3. I think one student wrote -6, 7. Okay? Yes. And not you. The another person who's laughing very hard. Yes. What is gradient? A can be, no, A is just the y value. You see y, the sign of y. Okay, if I can take this graph out, A, it tells me the sign of y. Can you see all your y values is negative for this graph? Your y value is all the values from here to here. So actually y is all the negative values in the curve. Okay, so that's why this value needs to take the negative sign. But it can be of any magnitude. Can be negative 5, negative 100, any negative number because the whole graph is below. Okay? Then next thing, this is a exponential graph. So exponential graph, that time we already agree that it is any whole number that is greater than 1. Cannot be negative. Okay, y cannot be 0.5 leh. Okay, y cannot be between 0. Why my b cannot be between 0 and 1? Okay, this one is because if let's say my b is half, what will happen to my graph? It will become negative x. So when it's negative x, then the shape become like that already. The other side. Okay? So you cannot choose a base number that is a fraction. Because once it's a fraction, your power here becomes a negative x. Because the fraction will be changed to negative power, will be changed to negative x. So your graph will flip on the other side. Okay, but it must be a strict greater than 1 value, because if it's greater than 1, then all your shape will look like this. So anything from 2, 3, 5, 7, anything lah. Any number you can think of. Any possible number, as long as b is greater than 1. Yes. Put a fraction. Yeah. Then if some of you put b as 1, you ask yourself, if this thing makes sense? 1 multiply itself x times. What will it be? Still 1. So actually this is 4. So if you choose 1, it is a horizontal line. So b cannot be 1. It must be a number strictly greater than 1. So when we ask you this question, look like very harmless, right? But actually it requires you to think about the behavior of the graph. Okay? So just take note of that. Then this one, last one. One look at it, you know it's a quadratic, a frowning face. So power is 2, no problem. Only one answer. This one no variety. Because this is a quadratic that is frowning. That's why it's negative. That's why it goes down. Okay? So we can ask you to determine ABCs. We can ask you to match. We can ask you to sketch. So I've gone through all 3 types. So this one is determine value, right? Another type in one of the paper we did was to match the graph with the equation. The last type is there's a dot there, right? Remember I asked you all to sketch whether it passes through that point or not. That kind. So there's only these 3 types. Make sure you know how to answer. Okay? Any of the 3 can be asked. Okay, last one is the graph. So I say the graph can make or break you. So make sure you get the marks if possible. Okay, first thing first. This one, I think most of you got the 3.5 and your 13.5. Okay, and then they ask you to draw. Then you get something like this. Is there a graph that I can take a photo? You all got it right? Let me take a photo. Okay, some of you draw the plot perfectly already, but don't know how to start to join them. Because you never see the shape like that before, right? So like what I tell you all, from the graph that you learned previously, which is smiling or frowning, now you might see graph that is curving in this way. This is your x cube, right? So if you start seeing plots like, you know, somewhere here, 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 and then the other side is like here, don't be scared. You see, how can my graph look like that? How to draw? I have seen students draw like that. Short of my life. right? They say, oh, must join together. Every point must join together. Then in the end, the graph came out like heartbeat. If I'm not wrong, it's like 2 batch ago, the Sec 4 students went into the O-level exam, come out, say, I don't know, my whole graph, like my pulse rate is like this. But actually, it was a over X graph. So if you know your concept properly, you know that it is an asymptote here. When you draw, it splits here. So your graph must go like that, right? But to them, is all my point must join together, must be smooth, everything must join. So in the end, they just join everything. So now the only difficulty for you is, look at the graph first, and then think. And then when you plot out the points, guess the shape. Then you join. Okay, don't anyhow join anything, any way you want. Okay, but I'm just telling you that now the only difficulty is you tend to see different kinds of shape, not like last time already. You level up. Ayo, my pencil. Okay, so this is the graph you should see. Some of you left it blank. Why are my pencil no bad, is it? Have it. Okay, so this is the shape. If you drew it nicely, this will curve quite nicely here and then go up. As long as it is not robotic like that, I will give you the smoothness mark. I have some of you who join it like 2 by 2, like straight line like that, how to give. Okay, I cannot give your smoothness, but I can give the plot, I can give your axis. Okay, so make sure you draw as smooth as you can. Okay, the next thing is they say, can you find the value of y when x is minus 1.5? So what you need to do is go to your graph and then you read. So if you read from here, part B, your y is 2.4. So some of you give me 2.4, some of you give me 2.6, some of you give me 2.8. But some of you substituted the value in and then you solve. Okay, so because it's my fault here for not saying that you need to use your graph to find the value, I gave you when you substituted. But by right, you should go to your graph and read from there. Okay, so it shouldn't be a calculated value. Okay, but because you know how to calculate, right? Actually, how to ensure that your graph is as accurate as possible is you can put a tiny dot there and then redraw your graph if you want your accuracy marks. So you can go and erase off your original graph and then make sure it passes through that point so that you get a perfect answer. You won't be penalized for the accuracy, because sometimes we accept a range of answers. If yours is too far out, we don't give the mark. So what you can do is put a dot there and then draw. Don't mark across and make it obvious that you calculated. So you can mark a tiny point there. So for places that you don't know where to turn, right, you can actually go and sub in 0.5 into your equation and add in that plot. So you can have a very nice graph if you have the time during the exam. Okay, those that they never ask you to plot doesn't mean you cannot add on extra and perfect your graph. You can do that, but do it discreetly. Don't do it like so openly. Okay, this one, your suitable line. Why? When I see your draw two cubicle, I got one more here. Your plot another one here. I don't know. Okay, but you don't do that. I'm just saying you are supposed to form a suitable line. Why you draw another curve to solve this thing? Okay, so they say draw a suitable line here. So I have very fancy answer. First, some of you knowing A math, go and trial and error. Find the root, factorize, and then solve the 3 point and put here. Wonderful. Okay, for A math. But for here, you can use that 3 answer as your reference for accuracy, because you already know, right, what are the 3 answers. So later when you find the 3 answers is a bit off, you can adjust to make sure your answer is accurate. That's your advantage as an A math student, because the E math students never learn how to solve cubic. They don't know calculator can get the solution, but you know. Okay, so you can use that to check your accuracy of your answer. But no, don't solve like that. I heart attack. Okay, this one, your goal is to get the original curve which looks like this. This is your original. So this is the original. So my starting point is always what they give me here. So I want to make this like that. I have to divide by 2 throughout. So I'm going to divide by 2 throughout. So divide by 2, 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So one of the variable is ready. This one, I'm done already. Okay, I need to make sure the second one is minus x. So I plus 2x here, plus 2x here. So that this thing here will become my minus x. Okay, and then originally here it's a plus 3. So I want to make this term plus 3, I should add what? Add 5. So that this thing becomes plus 3. So if I simplify this now, this is exactly the equation I want. So this is my equation y. So the suitable line I need to draw is this line. Okay? So once I see this, I gave you the 1 mark. But by right, I should see you drawing the graph. Then I give that 1 mark. Okay, but I thought it's a very good effort to get this already. Okay, then you plot out your point. So 2x value you choose. Maybe choose 0 first. So this one is 5. The other one, you choose this one. Okay, maybe 1. Then it's 7. So plot 0, 5, which is here. And then 1, 7, which is here. Then go and join the 2 points together. Okay? Okay, I show you the working first, then I go up to the graph. So like what I say, graph, the only place that will cost you your marks is the suitable line. So do it carefully so that you can secure the last 2 marks. The drawing shouldn't be a big problem unless you leave blank. Yes. Because I want to get to here. To get to here, I need to make this minus x. Right? My objective is to get minus x. So how to get minus x? I add the 2x here so that I will get minus x. Then same thing here, it's a minus 2 here. But my objective is to get a plus 3. So I plus 5 so that I end up with a plus 3. So can you see that 3 of my terms are exactly the same now? Then I put back my y. Okay? So after you draw your equation, there should be 3 points of intersection here. So one is somewhere here. Okay, minus 2. Another one here. So, minus 0.7. Okay, and then the last one here. Okay, you can give me an estimated one or 2.85. Is it? We gave a range. Is it a minus 0.7? I marked wrong again. Is it the same 3?
Exactly.
Okay. This one in the end I gave. Because I realized, I thought you all use calculator to get so precise. So you get better one. Okay? Okay, so this is your this is your mock test. Six. I put your photo on the screen. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12, and then 5 times 3 is 15. So this one is a giveaway. Please take. Second question, 72 divided by 21. I think we divide by 3, is it? What is it? 24 and 7. Okay, so put 24, 7, like that. Okay, and then A3 divided by A4. We subtract the power, so it's a minus 1. And then B2 divided by B minus 1. You subtract the power. Christy, you following? Why are you staring at the screen? Yeah. I Yeah. You can combine them. So if you want, you can write like that first. So there's many ways, you can write like that first. And then you start doing your cancellation. Okay, but the only thing is for B minus 1, you cannot cancel, right? So you should bring it up first. So bring this thing up to be B1. Okay, once you do that, then you start doing your cancellation. Okay, so this one got 3, left 1 only. Then you ended up having 24B cubed, 7A. Okay? So this B minus 1, you bring it up to be B1. Okay, last one. Can you see a trend? Usually they will test you all these different types. So negative power change to positive. Step 1. Flip first, sorry. Flip. Okay, this one very classic. Wait, I need to say this. Become positive, sorry. Negative power change to positive. Don't change anything, just flip them, right? Okay, what is square root R20? R to the power of 10, right? I have some of you who wrote R to the power of 1 over 20. Okay, how is it? So first thing first, this means power half. It's the same thing. So when I have R20 inside, I change it. When you multiply it, it's R10. R square root R20 is not the same as 20th root of R. This one is R to the power of 1 over 20. This is R to the power of 20 divided by 2. It's different. So don't anyhow. This one is the correct one. Yeah. I never remove, I change its form. Instead of writing it as square root, I write it as power half. Yeah. Okay, so now I know this is R10, then I times the power 1/5. This one times the power 1/5. This one times the power 1/5. So in the end, you have R squared, 2, and P cubed. This one, if you are unsure, go and press calculator because 32 is 2 to the power of 5. Yes. B, yeah, can. B, you can rewrite the equation as this. Okay, but because you have a minus 1 there, you cannot cancel things out. So you should shift this and change it to B1 on top. So this one is gone. And then now you start with your cancellation. Divide by 3, 24. Divide by 3, 7. Cancel out the A cube, left 1. And then this B square and B1 becomes B cube. Okay, so that's how you get the answer. Yes. Okay, so this one, R20, I square root is the same as R20, I raise it to power half because square root is power half. So when I half the power, that's why I get R10. Can see? Yeah. Okay, so we stop here first. Later that one period, we'll finish this up. And then I will give you your A Math topical revision. Then we pick some questions from 10-year series, see whether anything that is difficult, let's go through that. And then Monday is your WA. A Math topical revision, it's your coordinate geometry, your partial fractions, polynomials, remainder theorem, factor theorem, and thirds. Yeah, these 3. Yes. The 3, 4, 7 is A Math. E-math is 345.1. Okay, that's it. See you later. Get ready. Is it chemistry again? Later I'll see Miss Lee and then I will high five her. Wow, I finished already, then you come back. So when you square root 16 is 4, 4k is 1, k is 1/4. That's all. So this one is just like that. Okay, but some of you, right, you think in the indices way. So you did this. You do the k and then you bring the 16 square root over. Okay, but you somehow didn't see it as a square root. You see it as power half, right? Okay, then you change the 1 to 16 to the power of 0. So some of you did that. Okay, then after that you cancel, then you give me 0. So I got heart attack. So please, this question is as innocent as it looks. So don't go and overcomplicate things and come up with your own rules. Okay, that don't exist. Okay, this one. I want to make sure that I can combine them and eventually get rid of the base. So between 27 and 729, what is the base number I should change to? 27. Okay, so some of you say I can just change to 27. That means I don't break this up. 729 is 27 what? 27. Use calculator.
27 cubed.
It's square. Okay, then you have a x times x here, which I can change to x square first. So what I'm doing is I'm just changing this 729 to 27 square. Okay, it's the same thing. And then I evaluate the two x squares together. Okay, so now with this, since they have the same base number, I can combine the power. This is a division, so I subtract the power. So multiply these two together. This is 2x squared. Okay, yes. So what I'm doing is, since these two has the same base, then when you divide, you subtract the power. Okay, in order to compare these two, I need to make this base 27. Correct. So this one changed to 27 to the power of 0.
Okay, 2x plus 1 minus 2x squared is 0.
Can change to 3. This one is like this. Divide by this. Then you just subtract. It's the same.
Oh, so then 2x plus 1 minus 2x squared is 0.
Correct. So this one is like this. I'm just doing a m minus n. So I'm using this rule. Okay, so once you have that, then this is equal to 0. You rearrange, you get the equation you want. So 2x squared.
Oh, then just
Yes, then shown.
Okay. Oh, wait,
Okay, shown.
what are you doing?
Okay, for those of you who prefers to change everything to base 3, also no problem. 27 is 3 to the power of 3. Yes.
How do you think about this? Like, how do they set this?
Our brains are going, what's the computation?
We will look, okay, how we set paper is this. We will look at 10-year series. We look at the different types of question. And then we pick and choose the concept we want to test. Okay, so when we see a few questions that we like, we try to piece them together and then make our own question. Copy? No, not copy. We reference the same idea. So that means if let's say they are testing you on this certain concept where they compare power, then we want you all to eventually show that, then we will try to combine two different parts and make it into one.
How do you think of this?
You just have to work backwards sometimes. Okay, so 729 is 3 to the power of 6.
You gave out a math just now. I don't know.
This one you never get. Who didn't get the topical AMF revision paper? Everybody got? Okay. Yes.
For this one, right, I make it into base 3.
Can.
Then 3 to 6. I don't know why I get wrong. I times 3 to the power
This one becomes 6x squared.
6x squared, then this should be 3x, right? 3x then 6x squared.
No, 3,
Oh, it's not like that.
6x. And 6x times x is 6x squared. Yeah.
That's what, like that is not correct.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. No, this one is E. That's indices E max. So this one is
I
A.
get one for 10.
Okay. Okay, so if you change to base 3, then you will get 3 to the power of 6x plus 3. This one is 6x squared. So when you divide, you subtract the power. And then same concept, change this to 0. So you compare the two power. You get 6x plus 3 minus 6x squared is 0. Then divide everything by 3. Then you rearrange, you will get this same form. Okay? So whether you change to base 3 or base 27, it will work the same way. Can I? Okay. Next one. No? Oh, still copying. One period is like a breeze,
In
like
PTR,
so fast.
right?
PTR,
The interest equals
PRT.
PRT.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. I equals to PRT
the,
over 100.
The R is,
Rate.
do we put 3% or do we put
Put
3?
3. The percent is
or
out of
0.3?
100 at the bottom.
So 3 over 100.
Yes. R, you just put 3. The 100 is in the formula already. Just put the 3.
For normal interest.
Normal is 3 over 100. Yeah. Okay, this one. Shh. I want to change this to standard form. So remember your number must be between 1 and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 8.17 times 10 to the power of 5.
R is the percentage.
Okay. Next one. They say, can you change this to kg? This is in tons. I want to change to kg. So this is the answer I got from part 1. This is in tons. So if I want to convert to kg, I need to times 10 cube. So if I combine these two, then I add up these two power, my final answer is 10 to the power of 8. Yes. 10 cube. Yeah, why? Yeah, whether it's inside, outside, when it's multiply, right? We just multiply to one of them. We don't multiply into the bracket. It's just like if I say 1 times 2, then I have a times 3 outside. No matter whether there's a bracket or not, it's still 1 times 2 times 3. So I can choose to group these two together also. Yeah. Sorry? If they never state there, then you write your own units. So this one is kg, this one is in tons.
You didn't close your bottle.
Oops. Okay, can? Then next one. Do you all have WA today? What was it? Oh, English. English need to study? Yeah, yes, huh? How to study English?
Exactly.
Format.
Teacher, can you,
No, I do very badly in English one, so. What? Formal or informal? Okay. Can. I never get. I always like.
Based on probabilities, which one is more
Likely? How I know?
Yes.
Formal, informal, yes.
Informal.
Okay, I'll send you.
Sorry. Just now they gave us 2020. Okay, this one. Given that the total amount of food waste generated in 2020 was this amount, find the increase in the food waste. So this is 2021. 2021 is this kg. Okay, 2020 is this. So to calculate the increase, you use the bigger to minus the lesser. So this one is increase. So big minus small, when you find increase, you always use the difference. So increase. Okay, then we over original. Original means the original year you started off with. This is 2021. You don't use this. You use the 2021. You started from 2020, then you compare with 2021. So this is the one you put below. Yes. I want to find increase. So I use the bigger number to my... Oh, sorry.
How are you doing?
This one was 8. That was 8, right? Okay, my bad. So this one first. So 8.17, 10.8 minus 6.65, 10.8. So times 100%.
22.9%.
24.9.
22. It's like 22. 22.857.
Okay, yes. It will cancel out in this case. So even if you never write, it's okay.
What is Miss Sim trying to make us do first this question?
No, standard form, sometimes they like to mix percentage
No,
inside.
This one.
Which one?
Question 4.
Oh, they just want you to explain why is it better to put your money in bank B? So as long as it is beyond 1 year, right? The first year, the interest rate is the same. Okay, when it's 1 year. Okay, but moving from 1 year onwards, so after 1 year, or she's putting like in for 8 years, right? So you can say that the interest rate or the interest increases at a faster rate for bank B. Okay, if you want, you can also say it compounded at a faster rate. Okay, for bank B than bank A. So the amount of interest you get, as long as it's more than 1 year onwards, is always more for the one that offers compound interest as compared to simple interest. So the interest increases at a faster rate is what I want to see. Question 3, part 2, part 2? Oh, part 2. Okay, part 2, this was what I get at the start. It is in tons. So question say 1 ton is 10 cube kg. So if I want to change tons to kg, I will multiply by 10 cube. Then this one you just combine. So this is 10 to the power of 8. 1000 kg. Yeah. Yes. My total score? I think I got a 5 or a 6. My English was always 5 or 6. Yeah. My total was like 13. Then after deduction 11. Yeah? Sure. Increase the screen. Like, you mean zoom in? First, I need to buy needle for everybody. Second,
You say one.
Miss Wong, I think you could like increase the size on the projector, like the projection size.
this one need to shift the whole thing up. It's beyond me though. Yeah, this thing must shift up. Then this whole thing can go
There's
up.
like a setting on the thing, like a button that moves it up.
You do that.
We have a multimedia.
Yeah, Pandit, can you please?
Why he become pandit? Okay, next one. Find the total amount of money. I'm finding A, total amount. I'm finding A that Sharon will have in her account after 8 years if she put P dollars inside. So if we just objectively put in the formula, so P stays as P. They say put P amount, right? And then interest rate is 3%. And then we put it inside for 8 years. So what you can do is you can leave your answer. Did they say simple interest? There I wrong, sorry. So, what was that? For this person like roller coaster like that. Okay, I equals to P R T over 100. So this is 24P over 100. You can give me 0.24P. So this is the first answer you get. Okay, for amount. Oh no, not yet. Sorry, my bad. They want amount. So amount is P plus interest. So 1P plus 0.24P. So it's 1.24. Yes.
Instead of using I equals to PRQ over 100, can we say A equals to PRQ over 100 plus T?
Can.
How come over?
How come you get one?
Because this is one whole.
The percentage.
Like algebra like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like algebra. Yes.
R is the percentage.
P plus. That means you use fraction. Then it's good that you simplify. P plus 6 over 25P. Then you should give me 31 over 25P like that.
So the
Okay, next one. Sharon decides to invest in bank B. At the end of 8 years, she will have this amount. So this is the amount she has. This is the original. Then put in for 8 years. So same thing like the question we had just now. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There. Yes. For if it's like part of a fraction here, no need. Yeah. Okay, so in algebra, no need. So this one is what? What's the answer for P? What do you all get? 1770. Got decimal point? Point what? 997.
It's rounded up.
Oh, so like that lah, by right.
I go
Okay.
1769.96.
So it's not exact, so 2 dp. Okay, I thought it was exact. I gave you 1770, also should be marked correct.
Need to write the 0.00.
If it's a rounded off figure, then you should give me the 0.00. Unless they say nearest dollar.
I go 1769.9.
Oh, it's like that. Like that. 69, then what?
69.9557.
So 2 dp, then is 96 what? Isn't it? 99. Oh, okay, then it's 0.00. Okay, it's 0.00. 2 dp. You cannot drop the 00 because I will assume it's the exact answer. If you have rounded off to 2 dp, then you should give me the 0.00. Okay, next one. This one, coordinate geometry is a must score. Must score. Do carefully. They want you to find the equation. So first thing is gradient. So y2 minus y1. Okay. x2 minus x1. Then it's 15 over minus 9. Okay, then we use the formula y minus small y. Choose the pair you prefer. Let's say we prefer this. Gradient x minus x. Okay, so you go and simplify everything. So your equation should end up looking like 72. So minus 42, huh?
Would it be minus 5 over 3?
Which one? Oh, I never simplify. 5 over 3. So minus 5 over 3. Actually, I got one box I never bring to class.
Yeah, why do you stop bringing?
Okay, because we should focus on
Teacher, you know, like
not on finding mistakes.
I stopped.
You stop focusing because there's no candy. Okay, so once you multiply by 3 throughout, you will end up with this. Shift everything to one side in the form that they want and show me that this is what you get. Then you write shown. Remember, don't stop here. Must continue until where they want you to show.
You can reduce the equation.
Yeah, if not you will... Okay, but if you unfortunately cannot get here, you can still use this question for the next part, okay? Okay, next, it says the same line crosses the x-axis at P and the y-axis at Q. So x-axis means it's an x-intercept, you sub y as 0. So sub y as 0 into this equation. So 5x is minus 14. So x is minus 2.8. So P is minus 2.80. Okay, then next one, y-axis means you sub x as 0. So you get 3y plus 14 equals to 0. Y is minus 14 over 3. So you will get minus 3, 6, 9, 12. Minus 4 and 2/3 and 0. Okay?
So why just say it's just there? Can you just in the previous equation?
Yeah, why?
You can just like look at it.
Can. Yes. Okay, last one is finding the length of A and B. So can you see that everything we can test you is repeated? Just make sure you know what they can test you and use the formula correctly. So difference of x coordinate, 2 minus 7 is 2 plus 7 square. Middle is always plus, I cannot emphasize enough. Then minus 8 minus 7. So final answer, what is the 3SF answer? Okay.
17.
Then put units. Length is in terms of units. Okay, last example. Left 4 minutes. Left 4 minutes. Before you know it, it's gone. Okay, last one. Can coordinate geometry. So the only thing I can complicate is what I put in a geometry problem inside. Right? Ask you to find the missing coordinate. Ask you to find the area under graph. And then shortest distance. Okay, what else can I ask you for coordinate geometry? Oh, just now the parallel, not parallel, will they meet? Or come up with a new equation if they draw another one based on the criteria. So the variety is more or less there. Quite boring one, E-math. It's the same as gradient of AB, which is this one. So I'm missing. Okay, this one I have a length parallel to AB. So gradient of the line L, I'm going to write down. Same gradient. Second thing, it passed through this. So again, it's the same thing. They're giving you marks for free. Take. You say yes, then you're very courteous when you are doing the paper. All the one. All give me back.
No problem.
No problem. Okay, so this one is y equals to 5 over 3x. Okay, that's the equation of line L. Then they ask you, what is the shape of ABOC? Oh.
Parallelogram.
There is a parallel line, right? That passes through C. Okay, wait, AB. Do we need to plot it out? Did they mention anything that tells you there's a parallel line? They only say line L. Okay, line L is parallel to AB. So let's say AB is here. I don't know where AB is. So I have another line L that passes through C and is parallel to this. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let me just give you a scenario. If you want, you can sketch it out. So AB is like that, right? Gradient is negative 5 over 3. Then I have another line L that is parallel to it. This is my line L. Okay, and then it passes through C. Let's say C is here. I don't know where, I'm just estimating. And then O must be on the origin, the 0, 0, 1, right? So if you were to draw and join them together, okay, it must have that one pair of parallel line which they gave you. So it is a trapezium.
My sketch was quite accurate.
They never mention whether these two is parallel. But you have no way to prove it. So minimally, you know it's a trapezium. So unless you prove it.
Is it because the two lines are
Parallel. These two, parallel.
I think
They,
Miss Huang, I think we missed something.
what?
It's a little too short. Yeah.
Never test graph that time, right? Yeah, so that year didn't have graph.
But
Yeah.